today I have the July Ipsy Glam bag. I pay for this myself. This is not PR. I just resubscribed to the bag. So let's go ahead and jump into what I got. And this is what the bag for July looks like. It's like this marble kind of number. It's okay. I don't know. I feel like they've had cuter bags. But first thing in here is my choice product. Thank you and shout out to the people who literally wrote me the day of choice and told me to go pick my choice because I wasn't sure what day it was. I want to say it used to be the 1st, but now it's like the 20 something of every month. So just a shout out to those people because thanks to you, I was able to pick my choice. And I picked this little baby, which is a deluxe sample. The full version is $28, but this is a creamy matte contour in the shade medium from Ace Beauté. This is what it looks like. And I did a try on portion. You guys will see this is very dark for medium. I thought it was going to be a little bit lighter. I probably should have gotten like light, but I didn't see any other choices for me. So I don't know if that's a thing, but for me, I only had the shade stick in medium to choose from, so that's what I chose. But it does run a little bit more deeper than I would like, but I will still be able to use it. It's very creamy. You guys will see it in the try on portion. Next we have the Real Her Long Lasting Makeup Collagen Setting Spray. This is a travel size and is worth $20. I really like the fact that it's a little travel size because I do travel quite a bit. And the spray is a little bit forceful, not too much, but I just think that's a forewarning for you guys. You do have to like kind of blend it in a little bit because it will leave a few little droplets. But this is supposed to be all day wear. It's lightweight. It does contain alcohol. I know some people are iffy about putting alcohol on their face. I like to, for the most part, use more hydrating sprays, ones that don't contain alcohol, unless like I'm doing something like a night out and I want the makeup to last a little bit longer, then I'll use something like this. But this will be nice for traveling. I have a few ones that I travel with, so really happy with that. Next we have the Silky Hair Serum, and this is a deluxe sample size. The full version is $21. It says it helps boost shine, reverse dryness, has jojoba, macadamia seed oil, squalene, and vitamin E. I actually put some in my hair because my hair was wet, and it does give a lot of shine. I can see this kind of making your hair greasy if you use too much, but I used just a little bit and I feel like it did a really good job. I haven't like done any kind of heat tools to my hair this morning. I just let it air dry, so it feels really nice and soft. And lately I've been having issues with like frizz at the bottom of my hair, and I feel like it really tamed it down here at the bottom. So really like this, gonna continue to use it. And if I see that it keeps doing this to my hair where it makes it look like really soft and shiny, I will probably buy the full version. Next we have the Beauty Creations Cosmetics Liquid Blush Cheeked Up one in Coral Gap. This was outside the bag, and I was super excited to see this. I love me a good cream or liquid blush, and this one is kind of like a dupe for, this kind of reminds me of P. Louise kind of packaging. You see how like it's very similar to it, but this is the Beauty Creations. This is a full size and is worth $8. It's actually what I have on my cheeks. I did set it with a powder product on top, like one of the Benefit blushes. So this is very pigmented. You do want to be very light-handed with this, but I did kind of tone it down just a little bit with powder, but you can see there it blends beautifully. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that it has like an on-off, so you can turn it, you know, turn it and then squeeze it, and then it's not going to be a whole mess. Very beautiful like orangey shade. And I went ahead and topped this with one of my coral, I want to say it's Crystal from Benefit, that powder blush on top to kind of give it like an extra pop, because once I put the powder on, I kind of like dyed it down a little bit too much, and I didn't want to apply this on top of powder because a lot of times liquids do not mix well with powder. So I was like, I don't know. And then the last thing in the bag is this Skincare Junkie, which is a little facial cleanser. Again, I am okay with getting little minis like this. The full size of this is $34, and it's just a gentle cleanser that helps lock in moisture. It has niacinamide. It's supposed to be good for like moisturizing. It says normal to oily skin. Not sure how this will work on my dry skin, but we shall see. But I don't know, niacinamide usually works really well for my skin. So those are all the things that are on this list right here. I don't know if this was a mistake. I don't know if this is just like a bonus, because I did not add anything additional to my bag. I didn't add like any add-ons or anything, and I got this sent to me. So this was also in the bag. And let me know, you guys, if you guys received a palette as well, or if this was a mistake. I did do a try on with this. So the eyeshadow look that I have is this. This is the Galactic, the Essential palette. It is a gorgeous palette. I will say that the eyeshadows are a little bit on the soft side. So the next time I use it, I would probably use a more tackier base, because you can tell when you start blending that it will just like disappear. And I think it's because of how soft. I have that issue as well with Sydney Grace shadows, where they're way too soft, where it, even if I have a really good primer, it'll crease, or like it'll move, or like it'll disappear if I try to blend it. So sometimes, like if shadows are really, really soft like that, I feel like you need a tackier base. But the eyeshadow palette is beautiful. Let me go ahead and show you guys the shades in here. It kind of brings me back to like back in the day, Lorac. Eyeshadows were like this kind of color story like this. It's very, very beautiful. I love the fact that it's like a whole row of matte and then a whole row of shimmers. So I will be playing around with this. So very, very beautiful palette. I don't know, like I said, if this is an accident, if someone added it onto theirs and they accidentally put it in mine. I'm not sure, but let me know. Let me know. But I'm happy with it. I was like, oh my god, and then I was like, wait, why do I have like a full size palette inside my little Ipsy Glam bag? Not sure, but let me go ahead and go into the try on portions and then my final thoughts. For the try on portion, I am going to start off with this Ace Beauté Sculpt and Define contour stick. This was actually my pick for this month, and I'm hoping it's not too dark, so we're gonna go in lightly. I'm gonna use my Morphe 243 brush. And where's my little mirror? Ta-da! Okay, let's just, ooh, that is pretty dark. So I'm just gonna start in half my face. I'm just gonna put a little bit. Let's see. And these are just areas where I would just naturally contour. Okay. And I haven't set my face with powder or anything. I just have my foundation on or my BB cream on. Wow, this is dark. So you do really want to be light-handed, because I can already see like a major shadow there from just that tiny bit. I don't know how I feel about the color around my forehead. I just feel like it's a little too deep for my skin tone. I don't mind it on my cheeks or on the neck area, because I like to contour here just to kind of give a really sharp edge to my neck. Especially as you get older, I feel like you start getting this little like loose skin here. But overall, it blends really nicely. Next, we're going to go into the Beauty Creations Cheeked Up. This is in the color Coral, and this is what that looks like. This kind of gives like Charlotte Tilbury vibes with the little sponge applicator. So we're going to just, oh, that is bright. And let me go ahead and just blend that out and see. That is a very beautiful summer shade, that bright peach. And you can tell just by with one dot how much pigmentation you get. So you do want to go in little by little. Oh, I say little by little, and I wanted to add just a little bit more. Hopefully this does not look crazy. Okay. I will set this with powder so it will tone it down just a little bit. But that's beautiful. It blends really nicely. They're very pigmented. So all you need is like a dot or two. But very beautiful color. And let me go ahead and prime my eyes so we can do the palette. Next, we're gonna jump into the Galactic Essential palette. And I'm gonna start off with the color Skin and just apply this all over the crease. Next, I'm gonna go in with Spice, which is the brown shade next to it. And then I'm gonna use Bark on the outer edge and then just blend it. Wow, just those three blended so beautifully. And then I think I'm gonna use the shade Oak with my finger and apply that towards the outer edge. And then I'm gonna go in with Penny, which looks like a gorgeous, wow, these are so soft. On the inner corner, I think I'm gonna use Lace, which is this gorgeous light shade. Wow, that's more of a topper. Probably shouldn't have put that there. Maybe with my finger it's a little bit more pigmented, yeah. With a brush, it's more of a topper, so I'm going to really add that in. And then I'm just gonna go in between each one and kind of just blend a little bit. Last, just to try this out, this is the Real Her Fix Bravery All Day. Okay. Ooh, she is strong. This does spray quite a bit, like more forcefully onto your face. I see very few droplets, so it's not too bad, but you might want to just press everything in to make sure that you don't get any droplets marks on your makeup. But it doesn't have any scent or anything. It seems rather strong. I think it does have alcohol in it, so that's just something to note if you don't want to, but so it's really nice. It seems more of a mattifying type of spray. But let's go ahead and go into my final thoughts. For my final thoughts, I have to say I'm super happy with this bag. Everything in here is something that I'm going to keep, use. The palette was, I don't know if it was a happy mistake or what it was, but I'm so happy that it was in here. Overall, just really great variety of brands and products, so I'm super happy that I resubscribed. I don't know what's going on with the Ipsy creator program, but I haven't received my boxycharm for the month of July, so let me know if you guys would like me to resubscribe to all the boxes. If they stop sending them to me in PR, I would be down for doing these videos if you guys are, you know, like if you guys want to watch them. If not, then you know, I will still be creating all kinds of other content, fashion, scents, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, if you like those type of videos, please subscribe. I have my socials down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.